Well, Robert Earl Dean, we got a good one for us today.
Yes, we do.
Who do we have with us today?
We have this gentleman. He is an entrepreneur. He is a songwriter. He is an educator. He is a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Uh-huh.
But it's all good.
Uh-huh.
This is the Dr. Michael D. Harrison from Houston, Texas. Good morning and welcome to the Wake Up Morning Show with Dr. LT and Robert Earl Dean.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Well, you know, let's start off by saying that he is also a co-host with Miss Angela Bennett on the morning
radio
show.
Personality.
The Angela Bennett show out of Houston, Texas on GOD Radio 1. So we always beef with him no matter what.
Well, you beef with everybody.
Well, Leonard, you forgot to say the #1 radio show.
In Houston.
Yeah.
On GOD Radio 1.
The #1 show in Houston, yeah.
In Houston, because when it comes down to the number one,
can't get
you
with it.
own the number one right now. But, you know, we love you. So here's the thing, man. First of all, I want to let everybody know we had the pleasure of meeting Michael before he was a part of our GOD Radio 1 family. And the one thing that we noticed about him is that he was an extremely hard worker. He was very diligent about everything that he's done and that he does. And so I am so godly proud that we have you with us on this morning to talk about what is going on in your life, Mr. Entrepreneur, educator, author, now songwriter and producer. What's going on in your life, my friend?
So basically, as you were saying, first of all, thank you for having me on here this morning. I have gotten into songwriting now, which is very ironic for someone who can't sing and can't play a musical instrument. So God has given me the gift of songwriting. And I just recently released my new single entitled Pick You Back Up featuring Beverly Crawford.
Now, my question to you is, were you a person that grew up writing poems? Because there's a correlation in writing, period.
Yeah, I've always been a writer. As far as I can remember, even like maybe second grade, you know, writing poems, but mainly just writing. I really enjoyed writing. And so it was kind of like a passion that I sort of put to the side, you know, to pursue other things and then just kind of circled back around to it.
Well, that's a very important thing. Writing, usually people that write poems are people that write music and songs because songs are poetry.
Yes,
just put to music. So it was already in you.
Yeah, yeah.
So Mike, give us a kind of like your dossier, your history, what you're known for, and how you actually got into music, radio, and all that you're doing now.
All right, so I am originally from Norfolk, Virginia. EA represents 757.
Right.
And I got to Houston through this program. I did this program called Teach for America. And so I taught 2 years at a school in Houston, and eventually it just grew on me, and I stayed in education. Kind of went up through the ranks from teacher to administrator to principal. And so I was a middle school principal for about 7 years, with about 17 years in the district. Then I experienced some turbulence, some hateration, should I say, being falsely accused of some things that I did not do. And it came out at the end. I was fully exonerated. But for me, it was a devastating process because here I was, you know, at the height of my career. You know, I was a principal by 30. And so in my mind, my plan was to be a superintendent by 40. And so, you know, I had this great track record, you know, of things that I wanted to do with my life. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it was just like the rug was pulled from up under me. And that's when I really hit rock bottom. And I believe during that time, that's when the book, I wrote a children's book that was birthed out of that painful experience, and songwriting also came about from that.
So let me ask you this question. You talk about being at the height of your career and there became this shift. How did you, during that time, handle being falsely accused of something? How did you handle it? And then how did you come through after the exoneration? Because you know me, after I would be exonerated, the Lord would really have to work on my forgiveness
Yes,
gene.
he would.
Because, you know, I would have to go back, and everybody who falsely accused me, you know, we would still be at war. But, you know, the Lord is working on that's why I say I'm a preacher, not a pastor, because, you got to have that pastor's heart of forgiveness.
Or preacher too.
And sometimes, You know, you could preach, but you know, when you're a pastor,
But when you are in certain positions, so much is given, much is required. I'm not giving you a way of escape.
First of all,
Now, praise
Robert
God, back
Earl,
to your interview.
you only know in part. You know, I'm trying to give you a whole.
Hallelujah.
Okay, go ahead.
It was a very, very difficult process, very, very difficult experience. You know, people you thought were your friends turned their back, nowhere to be found. Like all of that, you know, you typically hear when you're down on your lack of a better word, when you're down on your luck.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, I had to really just reshift my energies. I had to refocus. I had to I like this word I've been using a lot called pivot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had to just shift gears and change. And during this process, I actually, or let me say this, a year before I even knew all this was about to go down, I met a young lady by the name of Miss Angela Bennett.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And so I started working with her, and it was so interesting because it was a different industry. I had never been, you know, in the music scene, period. But it was exciting. And so I said, you know what, let me give it a try. Let me work with her, you know, help her with her artist, with her ministry, and, you know, see where things go. Not realizing later on that I would come full circle and be fully, you know, involved in the music industry. So for me, it was just pivoting, refocusing my energies, you know, being productive with the time that I had. Because, you know, I mean, I went through the whole, you know, anger, just the whole range of emotions, anger, depression, like all of that. Because, you know, this was my livelihood.
Right.
And to be doing something successful and to be unfairly, you know, basically snatched away from it, it was tough to deal with. And I think for me, the forgiveness has come, you know, and it wasn't overnight. You know, I wasn't like, oh, you know, but it was just having to look ahead and move forward. You know, not looking back, like just moving forward and letting God open doors and put me in high places and, you know, bring me before great people. That to me was like, God letting me know, I got your back. Don't worry.
Well,
I got something bigger and better.
Well, in life, we will get comfortable, and God will be like, oh, no, no, no. And he'll allow things to happen, because can't nothing happen unless God is consulted about you as an individual. And God will allow things happen to push us in our purpose where he wants us. Because see, in life, it's always what we want to do.
Oh, yeah.
But God's purpose and will is where we want to be. And so that's, I believe God was shifting you into what he really wanted you to do. And look at how your books have done, and look at your music. Let's talk about the music. You've written for how many people now that are at a national level?
3 artists so far. Kathy Taylor, of course, Angela Bennett, and now Beverly Crawford.
That's not a normal thing. There are writers who've been writing all their lives who don't get a chance to get their music placed or positioned with artists of that caliber, because it's an industry, and you know as well as I know, in everything there is the red tape, there is all those kind of facets, but God allowed you to kind of walk into that.
Yeah, he's definitely shown me favor. I mean, when I think about it, you know, I've only been in it for probably about 3 years now. And for all that I've accomplished within the 3 years, you know, it's nothing but God.
Yes.
Like, he gets all the glory for it.
Well, let me ask you this question. You know, we're here in sunny San Diego where it's warm, and you know, it's a beautiful day. Why you got a ski hat on? Ain't you in Texas?
I got this hat on. Have y'all not been watching the news?
Yes.
Well, that's why we want you to say it.
Listen, it is a mess in Texas. I'm not even gonna lie. It is. So we have been without power. We've been without water for almost a week.
Jesus.
A lot of us just returned to our house or our place of dwelling, and found, you know, just got power back basically, and just got running water.
Wow.
And in my situation, not only was my kitchen flooded, but my bedroom was flooded as well.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so I'm having to deal with a lot, and I'm not the only one. It's a lot of people in Texas that are.
Is that covered in you guys' insurance? Because him and I
I'm
wanted to
find
know.
out today.
Well, we pray that it is.
Yeah, because, you know, water damage normally, you know, in California, you have insurance. Normally, water damage is covered if pipes burst or things of that nature. But they might get you on that natural disaster clause and saying that y'all know y'all was supposed to bleed your pipes.
Yeah, well, this was a pipe underneath the house.
Oh, wow.
This is not even visible.
So,
So they may have to dig up and all that.
yeah. So let me ask you this question. Now I want you to dispel the rumor because there's been a lot of rumors going on about Harold J. Trotter and Michael David Harrison, and who is the favorite of Miss Angela Bennett. Can you dispel that? Because on the Angela Bennett show, it seems like it always comes up in that
Oh
there's
God,
this
look at you
beef.
stirring up the pot.
There's this beef going on, and I just want you to help everybody who
Oh,
listens
Lord,
to
help
the
us.
Angela Bennett show to explain the position that you're in.
So you know how there's a little brother that always looks up to big brother.
But don't know how to tell
That's
them.
pretty much me and Harold's relationship. He admires me so much he wants to be me.
Okay.
So
You heard
that's really what's at work.
Right.
But for the record, I am number one. My track record speaks for itself.
Yes.
I've been with Angela the longest.
Yes.
I am her true and trusted, faithful friend.
Yes. Yes.
So
Harold may come and go, but Michael will be here forever.
There you go.
So one of the things, the reason why I want to say this is because, Michael, you are so vastly talented in all that you do. And what I love about it is as you're going up the ladder yourself, you're always promoting everybody from Sheree to Harold to Angela. And I think that it's so important that when people see, well, like he said, I've been in this for 3 years. He's been in songwriting for 3 years, but his commitment to people
Oh, he's been really rocking with Angela, and that's how I met him. You know,
Yeah.
He's been rocking with her as her person who travels with her on the road. I'm telling you, you have to be a special person to serve. And let me tell all y'all out there that see the glitz and the glamour, there's a behind the scene life.
Yeah.
And it's the preparation. It's the hard work. It's the tears. It's the sweat that a lot of us don't want to go through to get to where God has us. But there is a process.
And what I honor you for, brother, is that in that I've seen you be a true friend to the people that are in the circle that you work with, and we respect you and honor you for that. Let me go into this. What's next for Michael? And you know how we say Michael David Harrison? We use the whole name like Robert Earl Dean. First of all, I want to say what's up next, and why do we use the whole entire name? And can you give us the dossier of that too?
So my name is my name. That's just my branding.
Right.
Okay.
Say
You want everybody to say your whole name.
Say my name.
Say my whole name. Don't
yeah.
just say.
Oh yeah. Because what I envision is a enterprise of things. Like I said, I have the book, I have the music. Eventually, I'll be starting to speaking. Well, I've been kind of doing it sporadically, but really like folks honing in on that. Consulting, like it's just so many different layers and facets to me. So Michael David Harrison.
So where did you matriculate for college?
Undergrad, I went to Morehouse College.
Okay.
And then I got a master. I have 2 masters, one in education from the University of St. Thomas, and then an MBA from Rice University.
So this man is educated and he's put the time in. Everything with him is going back to time.
Oh, yeah.
Putting the work in. We have to learn to put the work in, because if you do the work, God will take what you do and he'll magnify it. And that's how we become the various people we see in those positions. People have to learn that.
Amen.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
It's definitely, I was up to about 2 this morning, doing some things, work related. And just, you got to stay on your grind and not give up. Keep pushing ahead.
Have you always loved music?
Oh, yes. I've always loved music. Actually, believe it or not, I love to dance.
So we got a dance track coming, a house kind of song coming, because gospel has those too.
Oh yeah. Actually, you were asking earlier about what's coming up. So God gave me the vision to do an album, to release a whole full album. And so I'm gonna have not just Pick You Back Up, but other songs featuring various other artists here in Houston and abroad. And it's an eclectic mix of music. So like the Pick You Back Up is real churchy. Then I have something more contemporary. It's entitled Rejoice, which I think you'll really like. And it also has a dance vibe to it, to an anthem, to a ballad. It's just a whole, as they say in Spanish, mix club.
Okay.
Of music.
So when we get back, when the cocoa is over and we get the all clear from our board and everything to start traveling again, I'm coming to Houston. I'm gonna challenge you to a dance battle.
Okay.
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 And I want
Oh,
you to know.
Bring it.
Lord.
I just want you
Oh,
to know
Lord.
straight up,
Oh,
bruh.
God.
You know, I'm not gonna dance one bit. I'm just gonna challenge you.
Oh,
That's it.
oh,
You know, I'm gonna challenge you. You know, but I'm the brother that's so cool with. Oh, I just do the rock to the side. I let all the other brothers work hard. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm Dr. T. I just be like. But anyway, let me just ask this question. In this time of social unrest and the pandemic, what is the message that you want to send to brothers and sisters that are out there, just to encourage them?
I say, it's always about using your time wisely. You know, in terms of the time that we've had during the pandemic, where we've pretty much have been sheltered in place. This is the perfect time to tap into that creativity and to really focus on the things that you've always wanted to do, that God has given you the vision for, but you never had the time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, during this time of being isolated, get it done. Start on it. Start on that dream. Start on that vision. Whatever it is that you've always aspired to do, I think now is the time to do it. In terms of social injustice, I mean, we always have to be mindful of mindful of what's going on around us. Mindful of what's going on around us, and also what is the solution.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of times we can sit around and complain and fuss and say this is not right, this is not fair. But what are we doing to actually resolve the situation?
I agree.
So I think if you use your time wisely and be solution focused, you'll make it through.
Amen. Amen. Robert Earl.
My question now is promoting this single. How did
Okay.
how did the song come about for one, and then what
Okay.
made you choose Beverly Crawford of all
Right,
artists?
so basically, as I've shared earlier, it was part autobiographical. During that rough time I went through, and over the years, God has literally picked me back up and put me back on my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of it. And then the other part, actually, I had written another song called "Oh Give Thanks," and I had a singer singing it at the National Gospel Music Workshop of America.
Mm-hmm.
And she was so spirited in the song that she actually fell off the stage.
Oh wow.
Oops.
Yeah, like a full fall.
Oops.
Wow.
And but she still kept singing.
Oh wow.
And when I tell you, the glory in that place just was
That's a pro.
It was just. Say it again.
She was a pro. A
yeah.
Beyonce.
Oh yeah. I mean, she kept singing. It seemed like she just sang harder until she got back up.
Wow.
And so that inspired, that whole song.
Wow. And so
Yeah, it
how'd
was
you get
amazing.
Beverly? What made you think of Beverly?
Beverly, it was interesting. I was just scrolling because I had approached another artist, but they couldn't do it because of contractual issues.
Mhm.
And no, Leonard, I'm not gonna tell you who it was. But,
I know. I heard through the grapevine.
Oh God.
Well, anyways,
And I want to say I'm sorry. We could have worked it out, but I tried to get you to work it out with me
Jesus.
and everything.
No.
Yeah, y'all. I apologize. His people was trying to reach my people. It just didn't work out, but it's okay.
God's will.
So anyway, so I was on Facebook, and actually it was between Facebook and YouTube, and I was just thinking about different singers and who could really minister the song.
Mm-hmm.
And I just so happened to come across Beverly Crawford. And I went back on YouTube because, like I said, I'm new to the industry. I mean, I know now, but I don't know. My history of it is not extensive.
Right.
I don't know the history. And so I just simply hit her up on Facebook. I sent her a message. She replied and connected me to her team.
Yep.
And we went from there.
Well,
And
brother,
so the rest is history.
And she's a hit maker, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And I tell you, this song right here is an amazing song. Can you tell people where they can find you, where they can connect with you, where they get your books, your music, they hire you to speak with, all the good stuff, and then can you introduce your song?
All right. So I'm available on social media. I am on Facebook, Michael David Harrison, just my full name, Michael David Harrison on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram at Michael Loaded. MICHAELWROTEIT, MICHAELWROTEIT at Michael Loaded. And then that's also my website to my children's book and other product, www.michaelloaded.com. And so in terms of the single is available on all digital outlets. And if you're like my aunt, my 70-year-old aunt who still listens to CDs, you can hit me up on any of the social media platforms, cash at me, and I can mail it off to you.
Yes. All right. I love the cover. Yes. It is really colorful, but also it kind of speaks to the vibrance of who you are. And we love this song. Introduce this song, and we're going to rock it, that it is in rotation on GOD Radio 1. Brother.
Yes.
BDS report the station.
Yeah.
All right, now. Come on now.
But wait a minute. I got to stop this. See, I have to say this before you go. How is it that, in your endeavors for the Angela Bennett Show to be the #1 show on GOD Radio, how is it that Harold drops a single, then Angela come with a single, now you done came with a single? Y'all trying to trifecta us. What's going on with that?
It's the triple threat. The triple threat effect.
Wait a minute. Tell Sheree and Dr. Lemons what's up.
Oh, they coming with something.
But Sheree can
sing.
Yeah. Sheree can sing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't worry. They're coming with something soon. And then you need to bring us out to San Diego.
Well, we trying to get it. When Coco's over, the sky's the limit because we're going to be doing tours. And so once it's all said and done, we're going to be connecting. Folks going to know us all over the world. We're getting ready to add London on board because Africa's already on board. Mm-hmm. So London's coming on board next month. Mm-hmm. And so, and then Korea's next. So just stay tuned. And once traveling gets together, we're going to get everybody together. We're going to have our own convention.
And guess what? Yeah. Michael is our 208th interview since March 13th.
Yeah.
208?
Yes, today made you 208.
Yeah.
Do I get $208?
You know what?
We need 208 blessings through prayer.
And if you just take off one of them zeros, we're gonna send you that.
Yes.
Oh God. Hey, I'll take it.
Oh yes, he will. Yes.
That's a few #1s on Chick-fil-A.
There you go.
Come on.
All right, brother. Introduce your song, and we're gonna play it right here.
So I'm proud to present to many of you, introduce to some, my song "Pick You Back Up," featuring the legendary Beverly Crawford.
Right here on GODRadio1.com.